This is a Daystate Red Wolf. This is the high power. It's not just a normal FAC. This is a high power. So the difference with Daystate is they do a FAC powered gun, which is around your 30 foot-pound, and they do a high power, which is capable of 60 foot-pound. You need an FAC to own this, unfortunately. I think there's a lot of people that would like it because of the power. Or power. Everyone wants power, but you'd need an FAC, I'm afraid. This would be on the same licensing as a 243, 17 HMR, whatever any type of centre fire. So I'll be using this in the application of I'm shooting rabbits. I'm shooting rabbits from one fixed position. I'm shooting them from varying different distances, possibly out to further than what I'd be, sort of happy to shoot with a sub 12 air rifle. And where it's really useful is for people shooting like corvids or something where they're a little bit more wily and just shooting them out that little bit further distance. Also shooting them around a farmyard. This is the electronic version of obviously a Red Wolf's electronic one. This can be turned down quite quickly in a few easy steps. So it makes it sort of the ultimate farmyard gun, really. I can go and shoot rats close range in a barn without puncturing roofs, but I can also go out and then start pushing the ranges out a little bit further on some other quarry around the farm. Yeah, this is a lot heavier than a normal sub 12 foot-pound or sub 12 foot-pound gun, and you can see the barrel's ridiculously long compared to a normal sub 12 air rifle. Just to help get that power and that accuracy at longer range, the normal FAC version of this would be a little bit shorter, but this being the HP is why it's that little bit longer. This will cost you $14.50. New, these are about $2,700. It is a lot more expensive than a lot than say rimfires now. You can pick up a cheap bolt action CZ rimfire for £150. But where this has got an advantage over that you can use this anywhere around the farmyard scene without causing problems. And I probably wouldn't want to use a rimfire, especially around sheds with the ricochet risks and stuff like that. So this is the FAC version of a Wolverine R. So this is the exact same length, shape and weight as what a normal sub 12 would be. This is what they call just the FAC. So it's running at 30 foot-pound in 2.2. So taking that out, compared to the sub 12 version of this, you would never know any difference. It will cost slightly more, but not as much as the HP. So from a new price, you're probably looking at about £150 on top of the sub 12 price, but the HP would be further increase on top of that. With this rifle, you'll probably stick to definitely a small, more genuine airgun quarry. So your rats, your pigeons, your crows, your rabbits. This is not the sort of thing I would be happy to sort of shoot that slightly bigger game of that your close range fox or something. I would stick that to the Red Wolf we just had, which can be up to that 60 foot-pound with the heavier pellets. Very much like a bit more punchy sub 12 air rifle. No different in the weight, shape or anything, but you'll notice the difference when you're actually shooting quarry. A lot of the times what we have noticed that when people have had their variations on their licensing for an FAC air rifle, they have put the caliber, but the actual constabulary have put the license back as just FAC air rifle. So that sort of opens your your options up that you could choose the caliber upon ordering or purchasing, but generally try and stick the caliber down just in case they do put a caliber down. So in here we have got the BRK, which is Brocock but now branded as BRK, and this is the BRK Ghost. So this one was bought from ourselves as a 177 sub 12 foot-pound gun originally, but the customer has since then applied for a firearms license and wanted this one uprated. So this particular gun has now been modified by Brocock to be FAC. So putting a new barrel on this particular gun is undoing a grub screw here, and your barrel kit will just slide out. So it's just one retaining screw for your actual barrel, and you can just undo. There's a part of the back of the rifle here. You undo that and you can change your pellet probe. So you will need to change the pellet probe along with the barrel. But once you've done that, the transfer port on the barrel will destine how much power you get out of those barrels. It is a little bit more complicated on your licensing. You will then need to put a variation. You'll need to have a slot on your rock for the gun and whatever caliber it once was. So this one, the customer's got a variation for a 177 FAC air rifle, but he's now had to put a variation in to have two other barrel slots. So a 2.2 barrel and a 30 caliber barrel for this particular gun. They just go so if he gets pulled over for any reason, or the police come to check his guns, he's got a license for everything. So whether it's got the 30 caliber barrel or the 22 caliber barrel, he's perfectly legal. So these retail at £1,600 brand new. If you buy it at sub 12, there is a cost for it being extra in FAC, but obviously if you do decide to go in the market of getting it up into the FAC market, it's probably around the 350 mark, and the barrels around the similar sort of price for each barrel. These are actually very popular, being this sort of shape for rats, shorter, and it's a lot more compact, so using it around sheds and everything. But yes, I do look a little bit like a soldier walking around with this one. But I think once I got my night vision on, I think a lot of people would steer clear of me anyway.
For more about Crackshot, its range of airguns and its ranges where you can try them out, visit crackshot.uk.